Hello everyone, glad to see and hear that you're all keeping safe and keeping well. Last Friday, the 8th of May, marked 75 years since the end of the World War II in Europe. A day that would have traditionally been commemorated with pomp, pageantry, street parties and many Christian services throughout the world. This year was vastly different. The virus meant that millions around the world stayed at home. Unlike 75 years ago, when millions of people partied and thronged the streets throughout the country. Friday's service by Ian and Sam, filmed inside St. Mary's, commemorated the end of the war in Europe, paying tribute to the honour and memory of those who died in the service of their country. The reading from Isaiah and the Gospel from St. Luke were preceded by the hymn, "All people that on earth do dwell." You may well have recognised the tune played a moment ago. "All people that on earth do dwell" is based on Psalm 100, a psalm for giving thanks, which is what we all did on that Friday. The psalm and the song are both 5 verses in length. The first verse of the song is based on verses 1 and 2 of the psalm, and each of the subsequent verses of the song is based on one verse of the psalm. It's probably the oldest hymn or sung congregational song in common use today, written by William Keith around 1551, who in later life and up until his death in 1594 was rector of a church in Oakford, Devon. The tune, by the Frenchman Louis Bourgeois, is known today as Old 100th, and is probably one of the best known tunes in our modern hymnal. If you're like me, when I sing a hymn, I often fail to comprehend its full meaning. Hence, reading out loud allows me better comprehension. So as before, I'll read the first 2 verses of the hymn, followed by Psalm 100. All people that on earth do dwell, sing to the Lord with cheerful voice. Him serve with fear, his praise forth tell. Come he before him and rejoice. The Lord, ye know, is God indeed. Without our aid he did us make. We are his folk, he doth us feed. And for his sheep he doth us take. Psalm 100, a psalm for giving thanks. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. and his courts will praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations.